What do car dealership sales, cherry pie, and club dinners all have in common? They're all past President's Day traditions. But why do they all relate to a celebration that has nothing to do with them? Well, once again, you've come to the right place. Happy President's Day and welcome to a very special episode of Presidential History. The history of President's Day, or at least the older holidays that preceded it and inspired its creation, are much older than the day itself. Most historians believe that the holiday originates with the tradition of celebrating the British monarch's official birthday, starting in 1748, during the reign of George II. Each year, on a day during a summer month when good weather was expected, His Majesty would officially celebrate his birthday in lieu of celebrating it on his real birthday on a dreary November day. All of these images, by the way, are original period depictions of different aspects of George II and George III's official birthday ceremonies. These national celebrations of the head of state's birthday slowly floated across the pond and made their way to the young United States. The only question was, whose birthday should we celebrate? Or I guess this was the 1820s, so it would have gone, for whose worldly entrance shall we hold an annual ball? The eventual choice was none other than President Washington himself. He was, after all, the only apotheosized figure of American myth during the Federal era. About 30 years after his death in 1799, American citizens started celebrating his February birthday, first with gigantic maritime processions, next with all-day programs, and then with swanky club dinners in the late 19th century. In 1862, the Senate established the tradition that still stands today of selecting a senator to read President Washington's farewell address once a year. Another tradition of eating cherry pie began, hearkening back to the old wives' tale about George Washington chopping down his father's cherry tree. To top it all off, in the 1880s, Congress declared President Washington's birthday a national holiday. It seems that during the 19th century, Americans were very serious about celebrating the old general's birthday, but history must move on, times must change, and holidays must evolve. It is with this in mind that the next part of the puzzle falls in. During the late 19th century, another February presidential birthday had begun to be celebrated, that of President Abraham Lincoln. The celebrations went the same way, with parades, speeches, and similarly elaborate suppers. Somehow, these almost identical celebrations, 10 days apart, coexisted for almost a century until they were combined in 1971, when Congress set aside the third Monday in February as Washington's birthday, to be a holiday in celebration of all the presidents, but still named after the most famous one. During the early 1980s, businesses stopped closing for the day because three-day holiday weekends were perfect for promotions and sales, a tradition which I'm sure you all know continues to this day. And since then, Americans and corporations alike have celebrated President's Day with parades, weekend vacations, and car dealership sales. So there you have it. You're now an expert and are fully equipped to bore people wherever you go on all future Mondays that happen to follow two others in February. Thank you for watching and be sure to check out these other two videos.